infrastructure is clearly the growth engine as far as the Modi government is concerned. It's betting very big on not just roads and railways, but also on ports and maritime investments. And joining us to talk on all that and more is the shipping minister, along with who's also of course the roads and highways minister, that is Nitin Gadkari. Mr. Gadkari, thank you so much for taking out the time. You are clearly the star performer as far as the cabinet is concerned. A lot has been talked about your performance in the roads sector. Help us understand what's the roadmap you have for the port and the shipping sector as well.
This is the first year in the history of our country that our 12 major ports are in profit. Our profit is 4,200 crores. At the same time, our shipping corporation was facing losses every year, but now the first time they are also in profit. And our two organizations, Cochin Shipyard and Trading Corporation, they are also in profits. So now the atmosphere is changed, and I am expecting that next year our profit will be more than 10,000 crores from our 12 major ports and our three organizations. We have already appointed a consultant by which he recommended 104 recommendations, out of which 30 already we have implemented, and our profit was increased by 400 crores. And at the same time, benefit to the industry is 1,500 crores. Today, our efficiency is also increased by 20%, and time period is also reduced, and the results are very fantastic.
Right.
So that is one of the reasons that our sector is increasing. Compared with the global trade, there is only 0.5% increase, but in our sector, in our ports, it is 4.2%.
So there is also the project Unnati that is being talked about, that is doubling of port capacity in 10 years. Walk us through the roadmap and the kind of investments also that you are looking to get in this.
Already more than 60,000 crores, either we have finalized or we have already given the order for that in this development for mechanization, modernization and computerization of port. Now for 12 major port already, we have also identified a lot of projects related to the infrastructure and modernization and mechanization of port. And I feel that to end of 26 May, where we will complete 2 years, we will be positioned at least to finalize the contract of 80,000 crores in port sector.
In port sector alone, okay. In terms of modernization of ports, you mentioned that is going to be a key area of focus. Which would be the ports that you would focus on first, and any new ports that will also be developed on the Indian coastline?
On 12 major ports, we are working constantly. In Haldia port, we have just selected a new channel, and that is the reason that we are saving 250 crores per year. At the same time, in Kandla, in JNPT for this year our profit is more than 1,000 crore. And in Kandla we have completed 100 million ton. So the way in which our ports are giving response to the Indian economy, it is really the remarkable thing. And the most important thing is in Sagarmala, we are developing 27 industrial cluster, where we are expecting the investment of 8 lakh crores. And 4 lakh crore investment is for the infrastructure, for rail project, for road projects. And that is going to be change the total picture of our economy, because of that our logistic cost will be reduced by at least 6 to 8%, by which our export will be increased, and that will create more employment potential in the country. At the same time, the result will be more growth rate. And this port and shipping and inland waterways will be working like a growth engine of our country.
Right. I'll come to Sagarmala in a bit, but just to complete the loop on port modernization, already work has started on 3 ports in terms of modernization. Which are the other 5 locations that are likely to be completed, and how soon? Is there a timeline as to when it could be completed?
No, already the modernization and mechanization, the 104 recommendation, out of which they are related to the 12 major ports. Now we are planning for making 3 new ports.
Right.
One is at Kolachal in Tamil Nadu, there is a Sagar port in West Bengal, and third is Vadhavan, Dahanu in Maharashtra. At the same time, we are also considering 5 more projects for major ports. They are under consideration. But for this year, before end of this year, we will start the work of 3 major ports.
Right. And which would be the other 5 locations that
The locations are there. One is in Karnataka, Uttar Karnataka, near Karwar. Then other is at in Andhra Pradesh. There are 2 sites are there. Then in Tamil Nadu also there is 1 site is there. We are working on it. We are making the study of it, and after that we will finalize the things.
Okay. In terms of Sagar Mala, of course, it has a huge potential. It could be a game changer going forward. Help us understand as to how soon can this fructify. Of course, first is setting up of a company, cabinet approval. What are the kind of disbursements you need from the government? If you could just share with us some details.
Actually,
on those
we are expecting some budget from the government, but at the same time, our 12 major port, they have got a good strength. Our profit for this year is 6,000 crore. Next year, we are expecting 10,000 crore.
Right.
There are deposits, fixed deposits in the ports. It's more than 10 to 12,000 crore. Then there are creditors of 12 to 15,000 crores, and the profits it comes to 40,000 crores, and the turnover is approximately 4,000 crore turnover in dollar. So we can take 50,000 crore with 2% or 2.5% interest loan on dollar. We don't need hedge for that. So there is a already potential, and our majority projects are economically viable. So we can go for PPP mode. Even like road sector, we can give 10%, 20% hybrid subsidy. Yes, that can be possible.
Right.
So I feel that money is not the problem, and it will be a game changer. And all projects are economically viable. The internal rate of return is good. So I feel that money will not be a problem.
Have you already received some sort of feelers from private players in terms of what are the kind of interest that they have in terms of investor appetite?
Already, actually tomorrow we are going to, today we have signed 27 agreements, and tomorrow we will sign 131 agreements.
Okay.
There are a lot of good response from the foreign investor, from the Indian investors, and I am confident that in this field we are expecting good response, and because of this maritime convention,
right,
this conference, that is also a great boost for our mission. I feel that now the people are thinking that this is the sector where is also a great potential is there.
Right.
So now the people, the investor, they want to concentrate on this sector, and that is a good thing. We are making port in Chabhar in Iran.
Right.
We are also thinking to make one project in one port in Bangladesh, and I feel that now today the investors are also very much interested to invest in Indian ports, shipping, inland waterways, and there is a good atmosphere.
Which are the kind of investors? Because even in road sector we see now pension funds, hedge funds, whether it is Malaysian investors, all of them are now looking to really invest in the road sector. What about the shipping sector? Which are the kind of investors that are now looking to enter?
Frankly speaking, we have got tremendous potential. So probably first we are going for the projects on PPP mode. Somewhere, suppose we are making the major port, we will make the breakwater, we will acquire the land, and the cranes will be on PPP mode. The operation will be on PPP mode. That is the model where we can invest, where we can get a private investor for that.
Okay. What about Jal Vikas Marg? That is again a huge scheme that you are focusing on. Any other rivers besides Ganga that you are also looking?
We are working on Ganga, Brahmaputra, Buckingham Canal, then backwater in Kerala, and Mahanadi. And the most important thing is, in next 3 months, we will probably, I will try to start in Yamuna, from Pala to Wazirabad waterways. We are trying our level best to start that waterways.
Okay. And so just one bit on Sagar Mala, in terms of the projects that are there are of course a number of projects that will be there that are in the pipeline. How will they be integrated? Is there a plan as to how will they all be integrated going forward?
Actually, there are some projects related with the modernization, some project related with computerization, some project related with infrastructure, and some project related with the mechanization. So these are the 4 important heads, and the 5th head is that is development of fisheries, the social sector particularly related with the ports, because we have 77 districts to our sea front, that is of 7,500 kilometers. So we are also thinking about the villages regarding the fishermen, And also we are trying to give them, the youth particularly from that area, skill development, technical training, by which they can be accommodated in the sector. So the things are now, we are planning a way, I feel that it is going to change the socio-economic transformation, in particular the coastal area.
Right.
That is 77 districts and 18% of population of India is in
Directly
that area.
impacted.
And that related with the 7,500 kilometer of seafront that can be used as a growth engine for development of all these people.
In terms of the MOUs that are being signed in the course of this summit, which are the larger ones that you think could really
The
be
government rail company, the German, the DS some name, that they have signed the agreement with our inland water port rail connectivity corporation.
okay?
So now there are a lot of good companies, the Korean companies, the German companies, the companies from Netherlands, from Holland, from Belgium. Lot of companies are now interested. Some are having expertise in dredging, some are expertise in inland waterways, some are expertise in ports. There are good investors of international level. Now they are ready to invest in India.
Okay. So overall 12 lakh crore is the kind of investments that is expected over a period of time in the port sector. It is also expected to generate huge amount of employment. How soon can we see some of this actually materializing?
Actually, we expect the directly employment 40 lakhs and indirectly 60 lakhs. The project prepares Sagarmala, the time period is 10 years. But I am trying my level best to make it in 5 years. Let us see what will happen, but we will try our level best to complete this project in 5 years. And this 12 lakh crores of investment, it will be a game changer in the Indian history, and which will create more employment potential. It will reduce the logistic cost, it will increase our export, and it will change the economic situation of our country. It will be a great game changer.
So, state-run companies like Shipping Corporation of India, Dredging Corporation, what is the growth path for these companies? When do you see them becoming growth engines and becoming self-reliant and not just contributing to government contracts?
The first year, these all companies are in profit.
They are in profit, yeah.
That is the indication that they are now the companies are on the right path. And I feel that by creating more business and reduce the cost, we can succeed about this all companies' track record, and I am confident that they will contribute. Good.
So for next year, what could be the kind of expectations from all three, Cochin Shipyard, Dredging Corporation, Shipping Corporation of India?
Sir, so we will expect in the good profits from this company. We are making joint ventures. Now Cochin Shipyard signed the agreement with Samsung for the LNG ship carrier. That is also a big order. So lot of new technology, new innovation now we are adopting, and by which probably there is a possibility that we can export all things to the other countries also.
I know you're a man who works with shorter targets, like you mentioned, till May you wish to complete this, and till the end of this year you wish to complete certain other targets. But over the next course of 2 to 3 years, what would be the 2 or 3 big things that you would focus on in the port sector?
Actually, my planning is for making 8 new ports. The 12 ports are already there. So the number of ports will be 20. And the most important thing that we have 7,500 of coastal front. At the same time, 14,500 of river length. My dream is conversion of this river length into inland waterways by water ports, and it can be a game changer. What is the most important thing is, by making this 3 meter of draft for the year, there will be no water shortage. Now in Maharashtra, some part of the Maharashtra, we are facing the water crisis.
Right.
So because of this availability of water, there will be drinking water will be available. Water conservation will be there. Water for irrigation will be available, and the fishermen, they will also make the fisheries there. So it can be really give a good change to our rural economy, agriculture economy, and particularly the fishermen. I feel that now this is the time for the country to think about the poor people, those who are socially, economically, educationally backward, and those who don't have employment. They are facing the problem, for lot of poverty problem are there. This is the time by which we can develop that rural and poor sector of the society.
I can't help but ask on the water crisis that is currently being talked about. You are, of course, from Maharashtra. Do you agree with the kind of politics that is happening? Do you agree with the stand that is being taken by political parties across the board? And what's your take on the huge water crisis that is currently on?
Water crisis is a problem. For that purpose, we need more project for water conservation.
Right.
Jala Shivar Yojana, yeah, check dams. But I never understand the cricket match is becoming an issue of politics, and what relation they have about the water crisis. The court has taken the decision.
Yeah.
I don't know what is the reason for that. Now I never expect that if suppose you cancel the match from Mumbai,
Right.
is it possible for you to take that water to that area?
Right, yeah.
Even they are using the recycling of water. Sometimes I feel that what the things are moving, I am not satisfied about it.
It's politics at the end of the day.
It's even I can't understand how far the judiciary has taken this role, how far the politicians are talking, something which is beyond my understanding. I can't understand.
But in your scheme of things, this water crisis could probably end in 2 to 3 years.
Next year, I am already discussing this issue with Uma Bharti ji and Radha Mohan Singh ji. We are trying to make every bridge as Bandhara,
Okay.
and there will be water gate. So if there is Bandhara, then that can be a 10 to 15 kilometer, 3-meter water will be there, and that water will be used for drinking water. So my idea is we are working on water conservation, we are making check dams, and we are making waterways by which we can solve this problem.
Sir, as part of the overall port and shipping development, inland waterways is a very crucial cog in the entire wheel. What is the future roadmap? Of course, it brings down cost of transportation very significantly. It is, of course, a much better environment-friendly mode of transport. But what's the roadmap that the government has in this?
Actually, before 2 months, government has passed this waterway bill in the parliament. Now we have already prepared, the DPR in process for 48 waterways, and 18 waterways the DPR is completed, and now we will try our level best to start it as early as possible. In next 3 to 4 months we will start the work of Buckingham Canal.
Okay.
In Mahanadi we are also planning for the making railway line from Talcher to Paradip. We are also planning to develop new port, satellite port in Paradip, and by which the Coal India's present production of the coal is 60 million ton. By making this railway line, the production will be increased up to 300 million tons, and by which they can take their coal by waterways and by sea to western part of the country, Gujarat and Maharashtra power project, and that will be a saving of 10,000 crore for the country, and it can reduce the power rate by 1 rupees per unit. This is really a remarkable result for that.
And how soon can we see this happening?
Probably within 3 to 4 months we will start this railway project, and we will work on that Mahanadi waterways. That is also very important. We are working on Brahmaputra. We have signed the agreement with Bangladesh now. We are exporting flash from Farakka to Bangladesh.
Right.
We are already making inauguration of jetty, Pandu jetty in Guwahati.
Right.
We are started to Ro-Ro service there. So the things are moving fast, and I am confident that it is going to give a good results to the people by and large.
In terms of contribution to GDP, do you expect this to be very significant? There are studies that say it could actually be quite significant.
Yes.
But how soon could that translate?
It will take at least 1 year, 1.5 years. After that, the result will be reflected. But I feel that even for this end of this March, 2 years where we are completing to our government, my department will contribute a lion's share in the growth rate of the country.
That's correct. In fact, the ministries have also got a lion's share in terms of grants also, and simply because of the kind of work that is being done. So if you say that a lot of revenues would also be contributed, it will also contribute to the GDP. Help us understand with some numbers as to what could be those numbers like.
It will not be exactly, I cannot tell you, but I am confident that my department will contribute at least more than 2% of GDP in the growth of our country.
My last question to you, sir. There was also talk that tourism would get a huge boost through this entire network that you are looking to create. What could be the roadmap for that, and how soon could that happen?
We are now encouraging the cruise. Tomorrow we have a session on that, and lot of companies from UK, from Norway, they are interested. So the cruise tourism will be a game changer. At the same time, we have 1,300 islands and 280 lighthouses. Already we have received the expression of interest for 70. So now this can be a game changer, and this can we are also developing this tourism through lighthouse tourism and islands we are developing, and really I feel that it can encourage the more employment potential in that area.
And what are the kind of investments that will go into this?
It's depending upon project to project, but it will be huge investment in the tourism sector, particularly the islands and the lighthouse.
Lighthouse,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Gadkari, you're known to be a man of keeping ambitious targets and then meeting them earlier and ahead of the scheduled time. We hope that you meet all these targets that you've talked about, meet these ambitious goals. We wish you all the very best in those endeavors.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at etnowlive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/etnow.